Indira Gandhi, a woman of steel, left an indelible mark on the Indian political landscape. Born as the only child to Jawaharlal Nehru, India's first Prime Minister, she was destined for a life of politics. Indira Gandhi shattered the glass ceiling by becoming the first woman Prime Minister of India, a role she held for an impressive 15 years across 2 terms. Her leadership was characterized by strength and a relentless drive. Indira Gandhi's life was a saga of courage and determination, and her political career was a testament to her indomitable spirit. Born on November 19, 1917, Indira Gandhi's early life was steeped in politics. The only child of Jawaharlal Nehru, India's first Prime Minister, she was born in Allahabad, a city in northern India. The tumultuous time she grew up in, during the fight for India's independence, deeply influenced her worldview. As a child, she was exposed to the political discourse of her father and his peers, learning the art of politics from an early age. Her schooling in India was frequently interrupted due to her father's political activities and her mother's ill health. Nevertheless, she was a voracious reader, and her father's letters to her, later compiled into the book Letters from a Father to His Daughter, played a significant role in shaping her political and social consciousness. In her late teens, she sailed to England to study at the University of Oxford. Her time at Oxford, though interrupted by illness, broadened her horizons and introduced her to a range of ideas and cultures. After her return to India, she married Feroz Gandhi, a journalist and fellow Congress Party member. Their union, though fraught with challenges, produced 2 sons, Rajiv and Sanjay, who would both play significant roles in Indian politics. Her early life and education shaped her into a strong, determined woman, ready to take on the world of politics. Indira Gandhi's political career began in earnest in the 1950s, an era marked by the nascent aspirations of a newly independent India. It was a time when the country was taking its first steps on the road to self-governance. The nation's destiny was being shaped, and at the heart of this transformation was Indira. Working closely with her father, Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, Indira received an intimate education in the workings of politics. She served as Nehru's personal assistant and hostess during his tenure, gaining invaluable insights into the political landscape of the nation. This hands-on experience, along with her father's guidance, prepared Indira for the challenges that lay ahead. In the late 50s, Indira's political career took a significant leap forward. She was appointed as the President of the Indian National Congress in 1959, a position of considerable influence and responsibility. This was a pivotal moment in her career, marking her transition from a behind-the-scenes role to a frontline leader. Indira's appointment wasn't without controversy. Critics suggested she was merely a puppet controlled by the old guard of the Congress. However, Indira quickly dispelled these notions. She demonstrated a firm grasp of political issues, an ability to make tough decisions, and a keen understanding of the pulse of the nation. Her political acumen and leadership skills soon propelled her to the forefront of Indian politics. In 1966, Indira Gandhi shattered the glass ceiling, becoming India's first woman Prime Minister. A position she held for 3 terms, her tenure was marked by remarkable leadership and a series of transformative policies. Indira Gandhi was known for her strong, centralized style of governance. She took bold strides in economic policy, steering India towards self-sufficiency. The Green Revolution, a significant agricultural initiative aimed at increasing the production of food grains in the country, was one of her notable endeavors. This policy not only made India self-sufficient in food grains, but also transformed the lives of millions of farmers. Simultaneously, she pursued a socialist economic agenda by nationalizing 14 of India's largest banks in 1969. This move gave the government more control over the economy and expanded access to banking services in rural India. However, it was during the India-Pakistan War of 1971 that her leadership shone the brightest. Indira Gandhi's decisive actions during the war led to the creation of Bangladesh, a testament to her strategic acumen and diplomatic skills. She navigated the complex geopolitical landscape with finesse, garnering international support for India's stance. One of her most daring moves was the initiation of India's nuclear program. Amid global pressure and threats of sanctions, Indira Gandhi remained undeterred. In 1974, India conducted its first peaceful nuclear test, firmly establishing the country as a significant player on the global stage. In the face of adversity, Indira Gandhi demonstrated extraordinary resilience. Whether it was tackling domestic challenges or shaping India's foreign policy, she displayed a keen sense of determination and a strong will to make India a self-reliant nation. Controversial or not, there's no denying that Indira Gandhi was a leader of extraordinary caliber. Her policies significantly shaped the trajectory of modern India, and her influence continues to resonate even today. Indira Gandhi's tenure as Prime Minister was marked by decisive leadership and significant achievements. In 1975, faced with internal unrest, Indira Gandhi took a controversial decision. She declared a state of emergency, an unprecedented move that shook the nation to its core. It was a time of crisis, a time when democracy seemed to hang in the balance. The emergency lasted for 21 months, from June 1975 to March 1977. During this period, civil liberties were suspended and the press was censored. Many of Indira Gandhi's political opponents were arrested, and government power was consolidated. It was a time when the nation held its breath, unsure of what the future held. Yet the emergency was also a time of significant policy changes. Efforts were made to reduce inflation, and the economy was stabilized. Social reforms were introduced, such as the 20-point program, which aimed to improve the lives of the rural poor. But these measures were overshadowed by the more draconian aspects of the emergency, and public opinion was divided. Following the lifting of the emergency, general elections were held in March 1977. The Indian populace, having experienced the curtailment of their freedoms, voted overwhelmingly against Indira Gandhi's party, the Congress. For the first time since India's independence, the Congress was out of power. Indira Gandhi herself lost her seat in the Lok Sabha. However, her time out of power was brief. She returned to the political stage with renewed vigor, winning a by-election in 1978 and leading her party to victory in the 1980 general elections. Yet her actions during the emergency continued to be a subject of intense debate and criticism. The emergency period was a turning point in Indira Gandhi's political career, marking a period of intense controversy and criticism. It was a chapter in Indian history that was both a testament to her determination and a reflection of the challenges faced by a young democracy. It was a time that would forever shape the political landscape of India and the legacy of Indira Gandhi herself. Indira Gandhi's political journey was far from over after the emergency. Despite the weight of the emergency she had imposed, Indira Gandhi made a triumphant return to power in 1980. The nation had seen a surge of support for her. The people admired her iron will and determination. Her comeback was no less than a phoenix rising from the ashes, rekindling the flame of her political career. She was back at the helm, but the challenges were far from over. The early 80s were a troubled time for India. There were rising tensions in the state of Punjab, with an insurgency demanding a separate Sikh state. Indira's decisions during this time were controversial, to say the least. The infamous Operation Blue Star in 1984 was a military action ordered by her to remove Sikh militants from the Golden Temple in Amritsar, a revered Sikh shrine. These decisions, however, came at a high price. On the morning of the 31st of October in 1984, Indira Gandhi was assassinated by her own bodyguards, who were Sikhs, in what is believed to be a retaliation for Operation Blue Star. It was a tragic day that shook the nation, bringing a sudden and violent end to her dynamic political journey. Indira Gandhi's assassination marked a tragic end to a remarkable political career. Her life was a testament to her indomitable spirit and her enduring influence on Indian politics. Indira Gandhi's impact on India went beyond her lifetime. Known for her iron will and fierce determination, she shaped the course of India's history in a way few leaders have. Her economic policies, including the nationalization of banks and the Green Revolution, brought about significant changes in the Indian economy. These policies aimed at self-sufficiency and social justice, have left an indelible mark on the nation's psyche. Moreover, her bold foreign policy decisions, such as the liberation of Bangladesh and the nuclear tests, further established India's position on the world stage. Her leadership style, often described as authoritative yet compassionate, continues to inspire a generation of Indian politicians. Her legacy, however, is not without controversy. Critics argue that her tenure was marked by centralization of power and curtailment of civil liberties. Despite these debates, her influence remains undeniable. Indira Gandhi, a woman of courage and conviction, left a lasting legacy on the Indian political landscape.